Good evening and welcome to Going for Two, the only YouTube podcast in human recorded history to feature a male and female host drinking our way through the important topics of the day, as long as they touch the football world and not in that way. Sharona, how are you this evening, and what you got there? Do you say wine or beer night?
I am Peachy Keen Jelly Bean, and I am drinking a very nice Petite Syrah. It's called Jewel Petite Syrah. It's quite tasty. I had to retire my beer drinking because of last week. Although I did buy some smaller ones. I had a Blackstone Nut Brown Ale chilling, but I decided to go with wine tonight.
I'm having the lovely combination of hydrogen and oxygen tonight.
Oh, you drinking water?
Yeah, well, so here's like opening day, go to the sports bar. Don't order a pitcher of beer and then have the waitress accidentally bring you two, and then, I was with, Josh Newcaster, we had in the show before. But that was a bit much for, So I'm going to take a little break as a result of that. I saw about the first half of the Titans game, and then I was like, I'm done. So, yeah.
I watched the Red Zone, and so I caught the whole thing. Not every single play. And, of course, I'm not covering the Titans this year exclusively. But it was... it's so hard. Week 1, are the Titans that good, or are the Bucs just that bad? And I guess we'll find out.
We're the best. Number one,
number one, baby.
Actually, I think according to power ratings, the Titans are like number 23 because the Bucs are that bad, and that's the funny thing is Jameis Winston has lost 2 football games since high school, and the opposing quarterback in both games, Marcus Mariota.
It's kryptonite.
And you had to love Paul Kurowski, probably mispronounced his name, ironically, doing an entire post on how to pronounce Mariota's name. A little pedantic for a sports reporter, I'm thinking, but oh well.
Who did that?
Kurowski? Is that how you pronounce his name? We ESPN. He didn't seem to like anything. Seems to be grumbly. But the first quarterback since Fran Tarkington in 1961 to throw 4 touchdowns in the first half of his first game. And just for fun, I thought I'd look up the last 2 Titans first-round picks. Vince Young threw 3 touchdowns in 1 game and had a career high of 12 in a season. And Jake Locker had a career high of 10 touchdown passes in a season. So I think Mariota might top these guys.
Well, in all fairness, Jake Locker never finished a season, so poor guy.
Tis true.
One of my best tweets, I think, on Sunday was, "Oh, be smart, Marcus. Don't pull a Jake." Because,
run and get hurt?
Yeah, Jake was willing to put his body on the line. There's no doubt at all about that. You saw that in college, and it ended his career.
Well, at least he kind of chose to go out, but that's the key to the game was that Mariota, I think, ran for like 2 yards or 6 yards or something. He didn't really do that. He basically threw the ball. And
your mic keeps going out.
Really? Mm-hmm. I can't see my mic level. I don't even know if this thing's plugged in, to be honest. I'm sounding great. Where's that damn thing? Well, basically, the past 3 years, the Titans have won road opener as big-time underdogs.
Still doing it. I don't know why.
And they've followed up by being really, really bad the rest of the year.
Yeah. Last year, they beat the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City. Big crowd was there on behalf of the Chiefs, and it looked very promising, and it was downhill from there.
We'll hold up like this and do like a little singing. How you doing?
Oh, you look good. Whose line is it anyway?
It's T-Rex, of course.
Nice
But we
hat.
don't have any raccoons in our backyard anymore. We just have a bunch of possums. That's our new lot and light. Huh. Maybe I just keep it close here and it'll work. Problem is, I have like earbuds. I don't have actual cans. I don't know. I usually can hear better that way.
Ah, maybe that's it.
But week one is over, and we've learned so much about ourselves and love and feelings and
Yes.
beverages.
Yes.
But how did you do in week one in your various fantasy leagues?
I have 12 fantasy leagues this year. And I knew that week one was going to be rough. First of all, because in our Scotty Fishbowl League, by the way, Scotty can't join us tonight, but he is going to join us soon, and we'll be very glad to have him. Scotty is an excellent guy and a great fantasy football person. And if you know, if you're not playing in that league, feel bad for you. But no, I knew I knew it was going to be rough in that league because, of course, I lost Nordy Jelson, and who else? I lost somebody. There, I had three. I had to replace three guys that were injured. But Jay Ajayi was one, Jordy Nelson, and there was another one, and I don't remember. I don't remember who he was, but so I knew it was going to be rough in that one, and in my other leagues. I'm sort of in a similar situation. I know I won big in my main NFL female league. Hi Navarro Bowman, thanks Bay for giving me 19 points. In some of my other leagues, I'm built more to win at the end of the season because I did buy heavily into rookie running backs. Melvin Gordon didn't do badly, but I think he's going to do a lot better as he gets more comfortable. Teddy Bridgewater was a big disappointment in week one, and that kind of hurt me in a couple of leagues. And I also bought heavily into the Colts offense, and woof, that really hurt me too. Frank Gore and Andre Johnson sucked, and yeah.
Yeah, I got some post-game smack talk from Jen. She said that you are a formidable opponent, but you're approaching Cougar status with your rookie love. So there you
Oh,
go.
yeah?
I was trying because I kind of slept through the Sunday night game. I didn't get to see, and I was kind of wondering what it was like in the Jen household, being in New Jersey and being a Cowboys fan and watching them kind of steal a game that the Giants had already stolen from them in the end. Because I kept seeing the highlights and I was like, well, eventually Dallas has to get the ball back because they have 3 minutes left and 2 minutes left, and somehow Eli throws the ball to bounds. Dallas gets another shot. Tony Romo, not a choker anymore, huh?
Well, but he's sorry, Jen, you lost Des Bryant. Hate that for you, honey.
That's the pain. Because in my keeper league, we have 4 running backs and 4 wide receivers on the roster. None of them reached double digits for me this week. I had Des Bryant, I had Deshaun Jackson, I had Nelson Aguilar. I got 13 points total from my 4 wide receivers. They were so bad. And, of course,
Yeah.
Adrian Peterson, Gore, Isaiah Crowell, of course, Todd Gurley. Maybe come back this week, please, Todd Gurley. I love you.
Yeah.
It was bad stuff.
I mean, I had Todd Gurley and Trey Mason as my handcuff in several leagues, and so neither one of those guys played, and it was painful.
I need the hashtag handcuff fail. Benny Cunningham, baby. Somebody is going to. These cats are going nuts on the other side here.
On the plus side, I own Carlos Hyde, so there is that.
It seemed like fantasy people were universally against Carlos Hyde. And of course he goes and has like the best fantasy weekend of any running back. I'll just, reveal myself. Hi, it's just me. But yeah, it was bad. I mean, Sam Bradford was okay. I don't get that they had a play where Jordan Matthews Vandy guys don't bust like Tennessee guys because they usually suck. He had a touchdown, and for some reason they didn't review it, but they scored in the next play. It's like, that's 6 points, dude. Come on.
Yeah, man.
And the whole Parky week 1 had like that 5th preseason feel, you know. So like quarterbacks were having trouble hitting the broadside of the barn. Coaches were having trouble making decisions. Like, you could tell Chip Kelly's brain was malfunctioning with a 4th and 1. Of course I'm going for it, but there's a minute to go and I'm down by 1. Okay, I'll kick the field goal. And then his kicker was rushed and missed it. They lose. And guess who my kicker was in 2 leagues? Cody Parkey. Dude.
There you go.
Rough. Yeah, I know. Whining about the teams.
I had Blair Walsh in 1 league. I only have like maybe 3 or 4 leagues where we play kicker. Maybe 3 leagues where you play kickers. I had maybe just 2. I had Blair Walsh, McManus. No, I've got 3. And the Seattle Seahawks kicker, I think I have in my other league. And so,
Koshka, bless you.
Yeah, I very quickly and smartly dumped Blair Walsh before week 1 and was happy.
Those kicker leagues, I am so glad I'm in, 2, I guess. But, I mean, I'm in 3 leagues where I have to set my lineup, but I'm in like 7 MFL 10s. And it's unfortunate that Scott's not here because I joined his King of the Hill League in our league of 12. I finished in dead last this week. So hopefully things will turn around. Luckily it's best ball. I don't know.
Yeah.
Once like this season starts, do you prefer the best ball over making your own lineup decisions?
This is my first year playing best ball, so ask me at the end of the season. I don't know. I do like having that not stressed feeling to have to go out there and set 12 lineups. I mean, that's kind of a positive. But yeah, I mean, I think that I am going to like it. And I think I'm not doing any daily fantasy yet. I probably will at some point. But yeah, it's kind of nice not to have that, not to be stressed like that. I think I have like 6 or 7 best ball leagues.
Oh, so we're about even, yeah.
How many leagues do you have this year?
You texted me, when's MFL, when are they going to send the results? And Monday morning they just send a flood.
Yeah, I know. I haven't even had a chance to get through all of that.
I probably need to do something with settings because I did like 6 mock drafts. Mm-hmm. And they're showing me the results of my mock drafts.
Exactly.
I do not care at all how my mock draft teams did at all. I mean, especially like a dynasty one where I don't care about how they do this year.
Yeah, I did a bunch of those too, and I was like, holy crap, what is all this stuff?
Yeah, it all comes back. Because I think it was 7 like 6 MFL 10s and 1 25. And there was one that I was in last, and none of them I'm in first, but most of them I'm in the top. I don't know. But I need to come up with the fantasy term for this. So on Monday, I'm playing Mr. Lord Reeves, Rich Rebar, and Scott Fishbowl. And he sends me a tweet basically conceding because I'm winning by 30 against him. And I have 2 players going. He has 2 players going. So what happens? He has Julio Jones. I have crap. He comes back to beat me. Not just beat me, but beat me by like 10.
I have Julio Jones in a league, and woo, baby.
And really, the Falcons kind of took the foot off the pedal in the second half because Julio Jones had like 20 points and a half in most leagues.
Which player do you have that had the most points in all of your leagues?
I don't know. My guys didn't score much. The only thing, the sad part is in my keeper league, the 2 picks that were my best were guys that were way buried on my bench. Austin Safarian-Jenkins, Marcus Mariota. There was no way I was starting.
2 leagues, Marcus Mariota.
If you have him in a best ball league, obviously you did well. But if you have
have him. Both of these leagues are best balls.
Choose your starter. Well, you're kind of screwed. So, and the thing is, obviously, he's not going to have 4 touchdowns and no interceptions in a half, 16 games. Just going to throw that out there. So
Maybe, maybe not.
I think you've probably missed his best fantasy game, but who knows? Rookie quarterbacks the last 5 years, they've actually not done so bad. We've had a couple of crappy years, we think. They've been good.
I guess we'll
RG3,
see.
yeah, I guess we'll see. Boom. So attempting to trade Austin Scram-Jenkins, because I also had Travis Kelce. I mean, the day started with such promise. You got like wings, you got a nice fresh pitcher of beer that's on special. You got semi-clueless people working at the bar, can't figure out the TVs. And Travis Kelce just crushes the Texans. And he had the great windmill touchdown dance. Did you see that one? Uh-oh. Which pet is that? It sounded like an evil hiss.
That was Libby getting upset because Smokey got too close.
Oh. Listen. I thought we had an understanding, people. I mean, go on. Okay, so another thing I did this weekend is I finally got the new TV and cable all set up.
Oh, I was going to ask you about cable.
So it was Saturday, 6 o'clock. And of course, the Missouri at Arkansas State game was only available on the computer. So I was watching Missouri on the computer and watching. Who was I watching on the big TV? Who was playing on Saturday night at the exact same time?
I don't know. What kind of TV did you get?
I don't know what brand it is. I bought it. It's one of them 4K ones, and it's 50 inches, which for now is like 20. Everybody has giant TVs now. But the picture's very nice, and it sounds good.
Awesome.
And the game I was mostly watching while I was watching Missouri struggle against a maybe top third Sun Belt team on the road is I watched Tennessee against Oklahoma. And I want to know, is it too soon to talk about it emotionally?
You watched the epic choke job, eh? I missed the choke job. I quit watching in the third quarter because I had something else to do. And so I was doing the other thing that I was doing, and I started getting messages, and I was like, "Holy crap, what?" And when I finally got freed up and was able to check, I was like, "Great choke job, Vols!" And so I had to pop on Twitter and check and see what Vol Twitter was doing, and that was all kinds of interesting. Vol fans have been all up in their emotions since that game.
Yeah, well, the season started with a lot of excitement, had great recruiting classes, and then to have a game like this. I mean, 2 years ago, Missouri hosted South Carolina. They were up 17-0 in the fourth quarter with a backup quarterback, and they lost in double overtime because their kicker doinked it off the goalpost on like a 20-yard field goal. And that was a pretty rough loss, but I'm kind of used to it. I mean, this was supposedly the biggest lead that Tennessee has blown ever at home. Which,
oh yeah,
well, congrats! It's not that much. It's only 17 points.
Championship.
Maybe you prefer the good old days where we had ties. I don't know. Kind of miss ties.
Or the good old days when they would take games into 4, 5, and 6 overtimes?
Well, I mean, before that, guy would have to decide at the end, go for 2 or 1 at the end if you wanted to win. Overtime, I guess college kickers kind of suck, so the 25-yard maybe makes sense because in the NFL that would be kind of ridiculous. I think my idea for overtime is if you don't get a first down, your field goal is worth 2 points. That's just a random thought. But anyway, so what do you think? So since you didn't watch it, you didn't get that gut punch feel. You're like, eh.
Well, I mean, they have. The Vols haven't given me a gut punch feel in years. I mean, I pay attention, not as much as I used to, not as closely, I guess I should say. I'm not really covering the Vols. I definitely pay attention and keep up with what's going on and all of that. Your life is just so much easier and calmer, and just your quality of life is just so much better when you don't let sports dictate your mood.
But does it make for good podcasting?
Of course it does.
We're like, because Missouri's never really been good, so the fact that they're above average is still kind of surprising to me. And the fact that they could have lost Arkansas State didn't surprise me in the least. But that was a weird game because they were playing in Jonesboro at Arkansas State. And for some reason, they had really bad camera angles. So, like, every time they scored a touchdown, a fan would jump up in front of the camera. And I guess that's what you get when you're in SEC Network 2 or 3. But I don't know. So,
Tim Tebow back on the SEC Network.
Yeah, all the people saying that, oh, he's being, brought down because he's a Christian or whatever. It's like the guy found his backup job for being an NFL quarterback is being an announcer for the SEC Network. He's okay. He's doing just fine. I guess people like him. As a commentator, I don't really, all that pregame stuff is really hard for me to watch, no matter what sport. Like if we get to the sports bar early on Sunday and they do that pregame stuff, and I'm like, can we just not have anything on the TV until the actual games are on? Whatever comedian's doing their shtick that only the people acting with him. Wait, I'm actually not hearing you. You hit the mute button there? Uh-oh. It could be a cat, involved, probably chewing the cord, which my cats like to do. As you see, Sharona's got this under control because she's a professional.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
I was like, did you hit your own mute button?
I have no idea what happened.
I was like, I see your mouth moving.
And it wasn't even a kid. I'm probably going to have to replace my headset because one sweet little adorable bandit kitten, her name is Bandit, likes to attack the cords. And the cord that she likes the best is my headset cord.
Yeah,
because it's got this neat, interesting thing that's got a light, and sometimes if you mute it, it blinks, and it's all pretty and stuff.
And stuff, yeah, pretty much shiny objects get the cats excited and think they had eaten 3 sets of earbuds before I realized.
By the way, Zach, I totally blame you for me adopting 2 kittens.
I know, but is it better or worse than when I talked you into trading for Bobby Rainey in a Dynasty League?
Better.
Yeah, at least there was a long-term happy result.
At least I get snuggles and purrs.
Bobby Rainey never snuggles. He's just, that's just not his thing.
It's not his thing. He's not a snugger.
Well, I was looking, because we're both in the Scott Fish Bowl, and this league has the the free agent bucks. I was looking at free agents, and like the 30th running back was Bobby Rainey. I'm like, wow, there's not much meat on the bone here, is there?
Here, let me ask you this. I submitted a waiver, and so I'm kind of new to the Scotty Fish Bowl and to the My Fantasy League interface and all of that. When am I going to hear back on my waiver claim? How do I?
It would be really cool. Scott were to explain himself, Mr. Thinking About Yourself and Your Family First. I actually submitted everything last night. I think they might run a day late, so I think they run like Wednesday night. I think how they work is that basically whoever has the highest bid, let's say you're bidding on James Jones, because I don't think he was drafted anywhere. If you bid, $15, because we have a $100 budget for the entire year. That's all you get.
Oh yeah, I thought it was $200. Oh, fuck me.
I bid on a player, and then it, showed how much money I had.
I may have spent all the money.
Face first into this stuff. Well, you can change, because I think it's tomorrow morning it gets.
Come on.
But I think after the first day, after everybody makes their, everybody's all worn out after they're excited, picking up players and spending all their money, like a sailor on leave, then you can actually pick up guys the following day off waivers and not pay any money, which is good because some of us
Oh yeah.
are quick.
I spent money and didn't need to.
Well, really, the guys, like, you're going to get really bottom of the barrel guys for nothing. So, because I just looked at quarterbacks and I was like, oh, of course, we're in a quarterback flex league. There's nobody there on waivers unless somebody gets hurt. And even at running back and wide receiver, like James Jones was there, and I'm trying to think who else. There was not much. Because in a 12-team,
Okay, so back
22-man roster league, there's not much there.
I submitted my waivers Monday night, and it said conditional blind waivers. If I wait until when, I don't have to pay anything?
I think it's after the first day. So they'll run, I think they're running tonight, so maybe Friday you can do it for free, but I don't know who's going to be available after that. I'm not 100% sure that's how it works. It might be, you might have to bid all the way through. That's how it is in our Dynasty League. We do bids.
This is kind of why I wanted Scotty to come on tonight.
It used to be just waivers.
Totally self-interest here. So, Scott, I did this. Am I messing up or something?
Despite the fact that, 100 out of the 360 people never responded to me, I think if you go on Twitter and ask, you'll be able to find somebody who will give you an answer. Because that's one of my problems, and that's one of those things that comes up New Year in fantasy. You forget, like, wait, how do waivers work? Like, in my local league, it's always been Tuesday night. And in our Dynasty League, it's always been Tuesday night. But in this league, I think it's Wednesday. But since I just did it once last year, I don't really remember.
Well, we'll see. Yeah.
Yes, we'll see. So what do you need, Jay Ajayi not doing it for you?
Well, I mean, he's out for half the season.
Yeah.
And I had to replace Jordy Nelson, and I had another guy. Let me pull up.
Well, I had Jonas Gray and what's his name? Another running back for the Patriots, and they both didn't make the team, so I had 2 empty roster spots.
Let's see how.
I'm one of those guys who just prematurely cut the guys who were on my team, so I don't have to worry about dealing with the waivers. That's another strange thing about waivers.
Maybe it was Monty Ball.
Ooh. Yeah, I took him in like the 14th round of an MFL right before there were rumors that he was going to be traded to the Cowboys. Great. That didn't go well.
Hang on, let me get signed in. I'll tell you.
I was like, who are you trying to pick up? Maybe since you're in a different division, Don't listen to this, people in the division with her. That escalated quickly. She'll give you a beat down. Like the Oklahoma Sooners.
All right, hold on.
She's concentrating. I believe the cat just closed.
You can keep talking. I'm just don't expect me to email me my login stuff.
Yeah, that was one of the things. Like, my fantasy league occasionally boots you, so like 10 minutes before I had to set my lineup, I'm like, how come I have to log in again? I can't remember my login password for 10 leagues. That's not happening.
I'll check the status of my waivers too and tell you. Let's see.
Tell me about the status of your waivers.
Oh, I dropped Stephen Ridley. Trying to drop Stephen Ridley.
Yeah, that didn't. Well, I mean, what was he, a 20th round pick?
See.
Jordy Nelson was like your second pick, so that really sucks.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. So here's a question for you. How many waiver claims is too many, like in, the first week? Like if I submitted 10 waiver claims, am I messing up?
Well, Free Agent Bucks is kind of like doing an auction. You have to decide, do I want to spend all my money at the beginning or save it to the end? And as friend of the show, Sigmund Bloom, says often, there really aren't that many guys off waivers that are going to be that good, especially in this league with such a shallow pool. So if you see a guy you want, you might as well go for it. That's my theory anyway.
That's what I was thinking.
Because usually you either spend all your money right away or you have all your money and you're hoping that some fourth string guy who isn't even on a roster yet. Ahmad Bradshaw, the Colts are talking about him. Man, and by the way, I
They're
listened
saying,
to.
there's a chance that he's going to get picked, that the Colts will sign him again, or the Giants, or somebody.
I listened to you, Sigmund. I drank the Kool-Aid and I went in on Frank Gore, and after 1 week, it's not looking so good. Now,
It's just 1 week.
Now, it's true that he probably has his toughest defensive matchups in the first 2 weeks. So you probably could buy him low after this week and do okay. It's just, when you have Adrian Peterson and Frank Gore, and most people rank them like in the top 15, and they had 18 carries total and like 4 yards, that it hurts.
I am happy to say I passed on Adrian Peterson.
I am in 2 leagues, but yeah. As I mentioned, in like most of my leagues, I was at the turn, so it didn't feel like I had a lot of variety in my rosters. I had a lot of Mike Evans. Boy, that sucked in week 1. The only advantage with Mike Evans.
I don't know Mike Evans either.
The one league that I had Mike Evans.
I do have Andre Johnson. Woof.
Yeah. It appears that he has the big salad fork sticking out of his back. Like he's not looking so good. Dante Moncrief, and that is annoying. I got the first waiver pick in our keeper league. I'm like, Dante Moncrief, I'll pick him up. And then, of course, he was drafted by somebody. Uh-oh, we got to pause. I heard from Sharona earlier that there were some issues on Google Hangouts, so there's a chance that she might come back. It's funny that Sharona always ends up in kind of a, I'm a little bit drugged kind of facial expression every time she freezes, but that's the way the rock and roll goes. So, as I mentioned before, I didn't get a chance to watch the Sunday night game, so I watched the 1 hour recap version of it. And I still can't believe the Giants blew that game, and they pretty much only depended on their defense making a bunch of random turnovers. I mean, they scored, I think, 2 touchdowns, and they were both defensive. So, not so good. Eli Manning. I took him as my quarterback 1 in 1 league, and I took him as my quarterback 1, and my dad took Teddy Bridgewater, and boy, did they stink in week 1. But that's okay, because I feel like with a veteran, she is gone. I'm guessing she'll come back, but hard to say. When you have a quote-unquote wily veteran like Eli Manning, you can sort of give him the benefit of the doubt if he has a crappy week, because Eli Manning has a lot of crappy weeks. But if it's somebody you haven't seen a really good track record from, like a Teddy Bridgewater, you got to feel a little bit nervous about the result. Although, to be fair, how many times are the Vikings going to play at 7 o'clock West Coast time?
All right. Hello.
We lost you.
I was just talking away, too, because I was like, I don't know if I'm live. I don't know if Zach's there. I don't know what's going on. Can you see me?
I can see you, although oddly, you have another icon.
I see that down there. It's really weird. I'm sorry. We had a power surge here, apparently. And so I'm back. I was just talking away.
When you post a YouTube video, you get a random picture of you during the show. And I'm hoping we get a picture of you, when you cut off, you were looking like this, you were
yeah.
Something's wrong. And it
was
lovely photo, for about a minute.
Well,
So I get to vamp for a minute about Eli Manning. Yeah.
Was it kind of like this?
It was just you just got to randomly stick your tongue out. The picture that showed up with my video was the one where I was holding up the cat. Other than that, they usually are me not looking good.
No cats. I've got a cute little doggy here.
So the species are getting along okay?
It's pretty good. We've got a cat over here in the corner. I don't know where the other cat is. We're still working on the potty training.
Ooh.
It goes well if I crate them at night. If I do not crate them at night, one of the kittens will get into my clothes chest and do the business.
Send a message.
Not pleasant.
So they're not big with the litter box then?
Oh, we don't have a litter box yet. I'm trying to make them just go outside and do their stuff.
Wow. There's
They're
no
pretty good.
way
Smokey the
we would
smart.
ever let a cat out.
Smokey the smart. I'm reasonably certain it's always Bandit that goes in the clothes thing. Smokey the smart kitten knows. She picked it up like that. Because what I would do is I would feed them and we would wait a little while and then I would take them out. We'll take them out with Libby and Libby would do her stuff and Smokey like, oh, that's what it's doing. And so she'd just, follow suit. Now Bandit is the wicked kitten is a wicked kitten and she nope.
Like, your rules do not apply to me.
What do you think, human? I'm not following you. Me cat god, me kitten god.
Well, the way we treat them, I mean, they pretty much are. I think it was the Egyptians revered cats as gods, and they've never forgotten that. I believe that's the joke.
Yeah.
They know.
On the other hand, Bandit is the kitten that, when I let them go outside and play and whatever, and I go to get them, all I have to do is, for Bandit, really all I have to do is show up, and she automatically knows, and here she comes. She just comes running to me. Smokey, you have to coax Smokey to come inside.
You don't play like third down for what, and then they come in?
No, I can't say that I do.
Yeah, I was wondering because I was watching the Tennessee game, and for a while I was like, I just hear Rocky Top. I don't hear third down for what? They get rid of it, and then I'm like, nope, they didn't get rid of it.
That's why they lost, to be honest.
Well, it was just an unfortunate finish. What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
College football is a lot of emotion and stuff. Everybody will calm down, and they'll end up going 11-1, right?
Right. Absolutely.
Because the way Missouri's offense is playing, UConn, I don't know, UConn's 2-0, might be good. Next week they're going to to Kentucky. Kentucky might beat Florida this week. Kentucky might be 4-0. I don't know.
Whatever.
I mean, yeah, they're Kentucky, but
Kentucky is not beating Florida.
You don't know how bad Missouri's offense is. They're just bad.
I hate to break it to you guys. It's not happening.
How come? Why do you believe?
It's not.
I mean, Florida beat East Carolina. Is not that good by 7 at home. I mean, they still don't have any offense, I don't think.
When was the last time Kentucky won a big game?
Well, I think the last time they beat
Tennessee
Florida was in the 80s. Well, Kentucky had their run where they would beat Vandy, go 4-0 at a conference, and then somehow sneak one win. So they go 6-6 and go to the Music City Bowl every year. They beat Alabama when they had Tim Couch. I remember that. Tim Couch. They went to a New Year's Day bowl game, I think, for some odd reason. But yeah, they've been basically, slightly better than the dollar store in the SEC. I mean, they're probably better than Vandy. I don't know. I mean, it could have been worse. You could have been Arkansas and losing.
Speaking of which, Vandy, woof.
Well, not only is Vandy.
Speaking of woof, James Franklin, woof.
How come everybody's they buried him after they lost to Temple, Penn State? They just said, James Franklin, you're done. You have to be fired. Didn't Penn State have a bunch of scholarship limitations and everything? I mean, how can they be?
I think that's all gone.
Yeah, no, they were oh, we gave you this big penalty. We're just gonna.
Did you notice that James Franklin said we're gonna run a pro offense, and so he checked the PSI of the balls for the game?
Yeah, nice. But when you give up I think it was 10 sacks in the opener and lose to Temple for the first time since my dad was -8 years old. Yeah, that's a bad start. Not good. I think I've moved my mic, so I'm really low on the screen here. Sorry. I just can't get my micro levels great tonight. What can I say? I'm
Having
off to the
technical
drinking water.
difficulties. Tech difficulties.
I haven't, yeah. Oddly, I always have internet connection issues in this room,
Detection.
and strangely, the last 2 times you've gotten the boot and I've stuck on here. I don't know.
Yeah, that was weird. It was like it just blinked and anyway.
Yeah, I think I looked just randomly to see how we were doing in that one league, where the auction league.
Oh, my team sucks in that league.
And yeah,
I didn't mean
I
to
think
mention
we're
that.
both like toward the end. I was thinking, oh, we should get Lisa on because she's in last place in that league. I think you're in 11th and I'm like in 9th.
Oh, my team sucks in that league. There's no doubt.
Actually, don't see it on my list of leagues, which is kind of funny. I think that was the one league where I signed on using a different email address. I don't know, but yeah.
Huh.
So many leagues, so little time.
Yeah, man.
But that was the league where, yeah, basically I have D'Angelo Williams and Eddie Lacy and Le'Veon Bell and nothing, and of course Mike Evans was hurt. I have no depth. No depth. When you have
I don't
20-man
remember who I
rosters,
have in that league, but they all suck.
they all suck. They all suck.
That's all I know.
Well, I
Who
mean,
do I have? Can you look it up? Tell me who I have.
I actually,
Oh,
it's
here,
not
I'll look
on
it
my
up.
main list of leagues for some reason.
No worries. I'll look it up.
I mean, the only good news is the league where I blew it against Lord Reeves is he finished with the #1 score in our division. I finished with #3. So the good news about the Scott Fish Bowl is they actually give teams in the playoffs a spot if they score a lot of points, even if the record sucks. So last year I had a good record and not good points. This year maybe I'm going to have a bad record and good points. I don't know. But yeah, I actually see that one. Oh, it's because it's my weird email address. No wonder.
Here we go.
Our teams are terrible. Is there
That team.
hope for us?
Okay, my roster. This is. Oh yeah, I have Monty Ball in that. Here, I'll bring it up so you can.
Yeah, the only league for my Gmail account. So.
All right. Can you see it?
Oh yeah, Monty Ball. Huh? At least you only spent $1 on him. And Melvin Gordon. I mean, I don't know. You're gonna get like a restraining order from him. And Jerick McKinnon. What's up with Jerick McKinnon?
I think he's going to be good. I mean, he looked. They just, the offense wasn't. He had more fantasy points than Adrian Peterson. Brandon Oliver. Yeah, that wasn't.
The Vikings came out on Monday
Devin
night.
Funches didn't do anything. Andre Johnson sucked. Torrey Smith didn't do much. So yeah. Am I presenting it to everybody now? Okay.
Well, yeah, I guess if I can see it, I see. Oh, look at that! It's like, whoa, and now it's gone.
Me back.
He's not. Let's see. I was just trying to get weekly results.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. There.
Apparently, week 1 I scored 0 points according to this. What's going on? Weird. Well, I'm just used to leagues where you play, head to head. So I'm like, well, how do you set up the ones where? Actually, on the main page, it says that we all have 0 points. Is that what you're seeing? Maybe I joined the wrong league.
Okay, now I can.
I don't know. I'm actually pretty sure last year the one MFL 10 I didn't even look at my scores till week 6, which in a way we do best ball. Maybe that's the way to go because you nothing you can do. You can't pick up any players. You just wait and see and hope that your players don't jay. You hope you took someone like Cole
How many
Beasley.
Sammy Watkins shares do you own?
I think I got him in one league, and I'm kind of, yeah. I don't think I felt good when I picked him, so yeah, that's pretty much tells you all you want to know. Yeah, it's pretty bad when you score. Okay, so I got the one that has games on it has the points. So Barrius Scott, 188 points. Lee Dog Law, 106. Matt, many tequilas. Thompson, 113. Hey, you're only in 10th. You're in 10th, and I'm in 8th. Woo. 130. That is not good. And when you're down 58 points, are you saying you can't hear me, or are you just doing the shrug? Oh, no.
Huh?
What? Really? I don't understand.
Huh?
I had this mic issue before. I don't think I'm self-muting. Nope. I don't know. Should I use hand signal? Should I go? YMCA. I think it's working. I can see the volume. What's going on? Huh. Google Hangouts. Anything can happen. I think I can. Nope. I can hear you for a second, and then I couldn't.
Hear you at all. So
Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
What, no headset?
I took it off because I couldn't hear you at all.
Yeah, but wasn't that a good thing?
Maybe.
Sammy W. Yeah, but Ty God, right? Ty God.
I do have Ty God.
I gotta look and see, because I had him, but man. This is only showing week 2 now. Yay!
I picked up Ty God in one league that I know of.
Well, yeah, I try to listen to the show Living the Stream, because they're all about, streaming defenses, streaming quarterbacks, streaming tight ends. They're talking about people picking up Tyler Eifert, and I was thinking, in what league did Tyler Eifert not get drafted? I guess there are leagues where people only draft like 15 quarterbacks total or 15 tight ends. Obviously, they're not local friends of mine because they're nuts about those positions. But it's like, man, it'd be nice if, my waiver wire had all those good players. Yeah, Dwayne Allen. Ugh. Yeah, it's actually showing my default lineup, and it has Jay Ajayi in it and Mike Evans. That's not good.
Oh, yeah?
Of course, yours has Monty Ball, so I don't know. Maybe it's alphabetical.
All right, I'm going to try this again, see if I can't get my headset to cooperate.
She can't get her head right.
All right.
I hear many noises on your side. Do you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Well, that was fun. Let me see. Maybe if I click my team. I just wanted to see how my roster scored. Oh, there we go. So, yeah, Tyra definitely led my team in scoring. Sadly, Jay Cutler came pretty close. Jeez. Yeah. Mike Evans not playing. That's a painful situation. But I liked the fact that I was able to stack like Philip Dorsett and Dante Moncrief. I think that's going to work out. But having guys like Larry Donnell on your team, that's not going to work out so much.
Jordan Reed had a nice game. That was, I own him in a couple of leagues. He was on my bench in one, but I had Jason Witten, so it was all right.
Yeah, Jason Witten did okay, huh?
Oh, yeah. Ball for life, baby.
Tennessee. Ball for life.
Rocky Top, you'll always be.
Losing to misery. Come on. Everybody. No?
Is that what they call Missouri these days? Misery?
Misery. Still undefeated. But
You know, they
barely.
may lose to them.
I don't know. I just know that the stretch of Kentucky, South Carolina, and Florida before they play Georgia, I find it hard to believe this team's going to win them all. But I think they're a lot like the last year of Blaine Gabbert, where basically the defense saved their asses because their defense usually is bad and their offense is good. But this year their offense isn't good. And the problem is Matty Mark has trouble hitting the broadside of the barn, and the team must have not recruited really well at receiver for 2 years because they have one senior and then a bunch of sophomores and freshmen at receiver. And when he's on target, they drop the ball half the time. They only have one good running back, and he hurt his ankle on the first play of the year. So, yeah, could be tough. And they suddenly forgot how to throw the tight end, but they're getting back to that, which is good. But, with guys like Chase Kaufman, baby.
Did anybody pick him up?
Well, the Titans picked him back up. They cut him, and then they picked him up.
Oh, did they? I didn't know that. Okay.
I don't know if he was active. That was what was wild is on that touchdown to Kendall Wright. They had Bishop Sankey on one side of Mariota, and they had Dexter McCluster on the other side.
Dexter!
And who did he fake the handoff to? Dexter. Actually, it's not a horrible formation, though. I'm pretty sure they had their tight end Anthony Pisano lined up wide. I don't think Dorial Green-Beckham really played. I think Justin Hunter did some.
I think he had a target or two.
Oh, by the way, charges dropped. Free Justin Hunter. No? You don't want to go there?
Hashtag over it.
Hashtag over it or hashtag nah. She says hashtag over it. I still find it hilarious that the Minnesota Vikings gave Randy Moss's number 84 to Cordarrelle Patterson.
Oh, my God.
Who actually saw the field a little bit, but I'm pretty sure.
He had one catch. I have dropped him everywhere I can.
Yeah, I think the love affair there is over. But
it's over. I talked about him this morning on my podcast. He'll join the long list of incredibly gifted athletes who won't do shit in the league. Sad.
What about Derek Rogers? What happened to him?
I don't think he's in the league anymore. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
But Kenny Britt is. He had a couple of catches. And hey, how about them Rams?
Uh-oh. Yeah, we were at the sports bar, and we had a bunch of Seattle fans sitting in front of us. And I actually met Josh first in Seattle because he lived there, but now he lives in L.A. and with his little stopover. But that was like the Jeff Fisher special, He always plays well against his own division. And Nick Foles actually looked good. I think Jared Cook might have caught a couple passes. Studman, Bailey, our favorite.
I have Studman on several teams, and woohoo!
Benny Cunningham. Although what happened?
And the Rams.
What happened to Brian Quick? Like, he hurt his shoulder last year.
He was all the rage. What, last year or year before that?
Hurt his shoulder, came back. Everybody said he was the best guy. People were just loving on him as like a 12th round pick in MFL 10s. And then he was scratched, and they said he was a healthy scratch. So it's like, oh, what's going on? Oh, boy. So, yeah. But, you have to be kind of bloodless in fantasy. You have to just ignore where you drafted guys, and if they suck in week 1, let them go. Nelson Aguilar, see ya. Deshaun Jackson, he got hurt. When you have 4 roster spots for wide receivers and 2 get hurt.
Guys, I don't think that you drop Nelson Aguilar. Not yet. I did. You're safe. I think you're safe to drop Deshaun.
I pretty much had to because we have 4 roster slots for wide receivers. Dez got hurt. I got to hold him. So I have 3 spots left. And they were Allen Robinson, Deshaun Jackson, and Nelson Aguilar. So I picked up James Jones, and I got Cole Beasley.
I think Cole Beasley's a nice pickup.
I held on to Allen Robinson. Just, yeah. Him and Frank Gore scoring a combined 8 points was just so tragic.
I think I just dropped Allen Robinson and picked up somebody else.
Well, it doesn't appear that Blake Bortles has gotten any better at football, so that's a bit of a problem.
It does not. His football awareness sucks.
I mean, that game with the Panthers was definitely one of the most boring ones of the week. There was not much happening there.
I do have TJ Yeldon, and I think that he's going to be a good one.
Oh, do you?
Mm-hmm.
Because he didn't go to Tennessee. Oh. Too soon.
SEC.
Yeah, we didn't mention the whole Auburn-Jacksonville State thing. They were, I guess, losing the whole game, and then they finally came back and beat them in overtime. Ooh. Mm-hmm. And Auburn was a pretty chic pick for the championship.
Yeah.
And everybody was calling their quarterback the next Cam, and I guess he's not.
Well, it's one game, right? Any given whatever.
That's the thing. You really have to plant your flag. If your guy has a bad week, you really have to go, well, did he get the targets? Is his offense good? Is he going to have a good game script? And make your decision. So that's how it goes.
I forget who I picked up in place of Allen Robinson, but I definitely did dump his ass.
For one of them rookies.
And I like him. It's not that I don't like him. I like him. I just think their passing game sucks, and it's not going to get much better. I'll have to go back and look.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because Julius Thomas is hurt and Marquise Lee is hurt. So it's like he should get all the targets, right? And actually, Alan Hearns, the undrafted guy from last year, had the 5 catch for 60 yards. I think he was – I took him late in a few of those NFL 10s, but yeah, it's one of those get-by type weeks. I don't know. We'll see. Jaguars, I think, have a pretty good defense, but their offense – I think they may have picked the wrong quarterback. But
what about this weekend? Marcus Mariota versus Johnny Football. Woo!
I know Johnny Football had a really good one throw to Travis Benjamin, and they had a touchdown, and then it just didn't work out. I think
I might have actually picked up Travis Benjamin.
Oh, so sorry. The Titans D actually. Well, I think you went, yeah. You went mute again. You muted yourself. She muted herself. It's sad when this happens to the finest of peoples.
It's this mic. I'm going to have to replace my mic. Kitten has...
Eaten by kittens.
Kitten has messed my mic up. No doubt. Okay, let's see here.
I mean, really, when you objectively think about it, the Titans probably should win this weekend. But I don't put anything past Ken was not even the least. And I know, I think, yeah, I do have the red zone, so I guess I might see them a little bit. Because yeah, we're going back to red zone action this weekend. No sports bar. I think I've been banned.
Oh yeah, that fun, huh?
Myself.
Were you up on? Just tell us. Were you up on the tables? Dancing and stuff.
I wasn't pounding my shoe against anything. No, I was just drinking a lot of beer.
A little beer?
Just a little bit.
Let's see here. Oh, I did not drop him. I still do have him.
Anytime you see me drinking like a double IPA,
here, I'll show you. I'll show you this roster. This is my boss team. Hold on.
I wish I had one.
All right. Can you see it?
Newton. Yeah, Julio. How do you get Julio Jones and Dez? Is that like an auction?
Oh, I've got to change that.
Or is that at the turn? Delaney though got a hand injury. Watch out.
I'm keeping an eye on him. And I don't have another tight end. I'll have to do something there.
I'm surprised we didn't get into like the auction showdown of all showdowns for Todd Gurley because I swear I took him in half of my leagues. I'm happy to hear he is actually practicing, and they said he might play
Yeah.
this week, but there's probably no way I'm starting him in fantasy.
I'm probably not going to. I don't expect him to do anything until week 4. That's my target right there.
Well, I'm hearing week 5 for Aaron Foster because he was like maybe up for the year. Then he was out. He was going to be on PUP, and then it was like 6 weeks. And
well, you didn't actually even see the. Let me show you the rest of it.
The rest of the story.
Cause can you see Bay?
So you get 2 defensive players.
Yes.
That is very odd. I don't think I've ever seen that before. So you get you get a team defense, and what is this? This is getting so confused. This is NFL league. Is that what it is?
This is this is one of my NFL female leagues.
Imagine
Yes.
a league where you basically had like 2 offensive players and you have to choose all of them.
Do you want to see my IDP league? I'll show you I've got a trade offered. Here's the thing. I'll let you help me with this. I'll show you my IDP league. Oh, I've got to sign in. Hold on.
IDP leagues are tough, and in our league, we changed the rules. So I think
I've got an offer. I've got Le'Veon Bell in this league. I've got an offer for Stevie Johnson, a 2016 first-round pick, number 8 overall, and a 2016 12th overall. You know, see, here's this is a dynasty startup IDP dynasty
league. How do you know what pick you have in the first rounder?
Yeah, and chances are this league's not even going to exist next year because these things tend to fold.
Yeah, I know. You need to get on some kind of dynasty dating site or something because these relationships aren't working for you.
Okay, here I'll show you my league here because it's pretty good. Hang on.
Earl Thomas, nice.
Let me show you the rest of it. Are you done? Can you see everything now? Let me get the rest of it.
But wait, there's more.
And guess what I named it?
Brick by brick?
Ring my bell.
Oh, yeah. So someone trying to... What was the trade offer again? You, Brian Hoyer. What? You drunk.
I did not drive this. I inherited this league.
Ah. Yeah, I think that's a pretty big roster. I know I do one that's like a 53-man roster, and that's pretty deep.
I'm going to reject this trade.
Just say no. Yeah, I've already traded 2 of my rookie picks away next year, and I just when that happens, you're just like, oh, you see all these players you want, you go, man. But you have to make sacrifices,
Yeah. Yeah, yes.
So, did I hear you were talking to an ex-Titan today on your show?
Yes, very, very good show today. Big show today. Ben Troop was my co-host. Ben, former Florida Gator and Tennessee Titan, and he's retired now, and he does a lot of radio and podcasting and stuff. And he had been on my show before, and was very fortunate to talk him into coming on and co-hosting with me this morning. And we had Tim Graham on, who covers the Buffalo Bills for the Buffalo News, and pre-record. I interviewed him last night, and he's a great guy. Really can't even begin. I was like so fangirling over this because I really do think he's one of the best at what he does, and it was a great interview. It was just a great show.
So the Bills' excitement level, it's got to be pretty high, huh? It's
pretty high. We talked about the Bills, of course, and we talked about the Pagulas and what they mean to the Buffalo community and all. It was a good thing. Listen to it. It's good.
That's the problem, man. There's so much content.
Yes,
Trying to
there
keep
is. There
up is difficult.
are a lot of podcasts out there.
And sadly, I don't get to listen to as much as I did in my previous job. I should have to pay attention a little more. What a sad situation.
Well, what's up with that?
I don't know. They only work all the time, you know. Boss is even a Missouri fan and all, but, you know. So, yeah, I am going next weekend to the Titans opener. And, of course, my parents have the 3 tickets, and they have the friend who bought the 1. So I was like, do I need to actually buy a ticket now? Because it might actually be a little difficult to get if they're 2-0, you know. Before, I didn't think, you know, I could probably buy a ticket for 2 bits off the street. So, yeah, I'm going to have to pick me up a ticket for the game.
Yeah.
Get in the stadium, baby. You're not going to go, are you?
I don't know. So. Probably not.
I'll get to it. I'm going to the Falcons game in a month, so I'll be the next one.
I'll go to the college. I told you I would go to the college game with you. To the
Vandy Missouri game. Mm-hmm. Missouri Vandy? Yeah, trust me, you can get tickets for that one. But yeah, let's do it.
I mean, I would definitely. I would do that. I think that would be fun.
It'll probably be the high noon. Last time it was a night game, but that was fun because they beat the crap out of Vandy. That was when Vandy was actually, you know, they went to a bowl, I think, so they were good. Yeah. They're not good anymore.
No, they suck.
And, okay. Silver and gray. Why is that being foisted on us? I mean, Tennessee wore gray once. Missouri wears gray shoulder crap all the time. Get gray is a color like your jersey turns when you like get stuff in the dirt. You know, but that's just me, old man jersey guy. I'm getting dizzy trying to keep up with you, trying to see what the cats are.
I was trying to do it. It got too quiet. It got extremely quiet, and I had to check and see what the kittens were doing. They're asleep. They're chilling.
Cats is usually really quiet or super loud. That's how it goes. So tell everybody where they can find you. I love you know, what you up to now.
You can find me on Twitter at Sports by Sharona. You can find me, of course, every Wednesday night, my favorite show with Zach on Going for Two. And you can find me on Tuesday nights on the Zone Blitz. And then every Monday and Wednesday morning, 10 to noon, Central Daylight Time on Back Talk with Sharona.
Don't talk back now, you hear? You can find me on the greatest show that I do every week called This One. And then pretty much Zach _Law on Twitter. I haven't really posted much lately, so it's if you want to catch up on the Scott Fishbowl interviews, feel free. Other than that, I'm just trying to keep up with this crazy thing called football. So for Sharona and her broken microphone, and for me, I'm just going to say, kiss my grits.
Bye, y'all.